Ready to live at the higher vibrations, where peace, love, joy, and good health are the daily standard? That's what this show is all about. Welcome to Vibe. And here's your host, Robyn Openshaw.
Hey everyone, it's Robyn Openshaw. Welcome to the Vibe Show. Today, let's talk about some of the fitness supplements and the hidden truth. Let's go past the marketing. Let's talk about protein powders and pre-workout products. They're marketed as healthy, but most of them contain heavy metals, pesticides, glutamate, which is very similar to MSG, forever chemicals. Some of them even have added sugars. So let's learn more. The whole industry is built on a fiction. Protein shakes, pre-workouts, recovery powders, clean bars. Fitness culture loves them. The marketing is enhanced performance, strength, and beauty from within. But what if your health supplement was actually tainted with lead, arsenic, mercury, cadmium, pesticides, glutamates, which are neurotoxic like the infamous MSG is, and even forever chemicals? So in our new book, Take Daily, yours truly, Robyn Openshaw and Mike Fairclough, expose how the 30 plus billion-dollar fitness supplement industry became one of the most profitable and least regulated corners of the health market. And by the way, the book is now available in paperback. So check it out in the show notes. Let's start with how we went from a waste product of dairy to a multi-billion-dollar brand new category called protein powder. Think about how when you were a kid, you had never heard of protein powder or protein bars. And now many people consider them staples. One time I had a family member write me and say, "Your protein is out of stock. What am I going to do?" As if you have to have protein powder you can't eat. In fact, there's many who believe that protein powder or bars are better than real food because you've been convinced by industry that protein is a better macronutrient than carbohydrates and fats, even though virtually every food has all three. It all started with a problem: the waste from the dairy industry. And it was very clever what happened. The dairy industry had been discarding a useless byproduct called whey. It's the liquid left over after making cheese. And in a flash of marketing genius, I read, not sure if it's true, but that it was a boardroom decision trying to brainstorm getting more profit out of their processes. And they dried it and packaged it and told the consumer it was protein, which goes really, really well with the fact that the industry was pumping protein and has been for a few decades now. And that's really the one positive thing that you could say about that dairy product. But then again, most things are protein, really. But if you hype that protein is the best of the three macronutrients, then isn't a bag of protein a great idea because it isolates just the protein and gets rid of the other two macronutrients? Sure, protein builds muscle mass, but there's protein in every food, and the human body can use only a relatively small amount of it at a time, about the amount that is found in the average meal, in fact. When the dairy industry figured out a marketing angle to package and sell a waste product, an industrial waste stream became a superfood. Today's protein industry includes whey, pea, soy, various animal products, and vegan blends where they take several of those and put them together. But the truth is, first of all, most are highly processed, stripped of nutrients and fiber. They're the leftover parts of a plant after the desirable part is packaged for consumers. Second, many of them contain contaminants from cheap sourcing, many of them in China where environmental controls are very few. Third, even organic powders can contain cyanide, glutamate, and forever chemicals. Even if monosodium glutamate or MSG isn't added, protein isolates have a lot of natural glutamate with similar reactions in the body harmful for the neurological system. The Clean Label Project in 2018 tested 134 top-selling US protein powders, and every single brand contained measurable heavy metals. Some even exceeded the EPA safety limits. So let's talk about the pre-workout problem. Pre-workout supplements are often marketed as clean energy or muscle fuel. I do not remember in my early adulthood that that was even a thing. The whole pre-workout, you got to eat something specific before you worked out. But I found that people think now that before they exercise, they think they have to eat something specific and then they have to eat something else specific after their workout too. Personally, I've never eaten before or after a workout unless it was like right before breakfast or lunch. But the ingredient lists of these products read like chemistry experiments. There's artificial sweeteners, there's caffeine megadoses. There's synthetic amino acids, which are made from chemicals. There's coloring agents. There's nitric oxide boosters. The result is spiked heart rates, elevated blood pressure, hypothalamus and adrenal fatigue, and long-term cardiovascular strain. The only pre-workout anything I've ever taken is a glass of water. And the nitric oxide in some of these products can double dose men who may take other supplements or the blue pill, if you know what I'm talking about. And that overdosing has caused heart attacks and other cardiovascular problems. Your body doesn't need synthetic stimulation or special materials before or after you use it actively. It needs rest, needs hydration, and needs clean fuel, just like we do whether we work out or not. The industry has made the simple very complex.
Hi, Robyn Openshaw's avatar here. I'm the green smoothie girl online. I wonder if you know my book, Take Daily, How Supplements Hijack Our Health, is available now. Most people think supplements are just concentrated nutrients, vitamins from nature, minerals from the earth. But here's the question no one asks. Where do these ingredients actually come from? How did industrial throwaway byproducts, leftovers from mining, chemical manufacturing, and petroleum processing end up inside pills legally sold as vitamins, minerals, or health-boosting compounds? In Take Daily, we follow the supply chain, the regulations, and the loopholes that allow this to happen, and why the label doesn't tell the whole story. This isn't fear-based, it's research-based, and it's information every consumer deserves before swallowing something daily. Right now, you can grab the launch special in the link below, which includes 3 bonus videos with me and my British co-author, plus 6 popular supplements we would never take and exactly why. If you take supplements, this book is for you. Now back to the episode.
Let's talk about the creatine controversy for a minute. Creatine is another gym staple. The gym bros love creatine. It's often promoted as safe and effective, and it can increase muscle mass more quickly than just traditional weightlifting. So, of course, the guys love it. But what's rarely discussed is that creatine is synthesized using industrial chemicals. Okay, it's not like they take meat and pull out the good part of the meat. They're literally making it in a lab. It includes precursors found in pesticides. There have been trace contaminants detected even in top brands. I'm not trying to say that creatine is evil, but the manufacturing standards are broken. When there's no pre-market testing, you are the guinea pig. Why organic doesn't always mean safe. Labels like organic, natural, or plant-based sound reassuring, but they don't guarantee that they're good for you. I have more confidence in certified organic. It's not perfect, but it's what we've got. Many plant-based powders are grown in contaminated soils or processed in facilities using industrial solvents. Even grass, which is generally regarded as safe, actually means very little. Individual companies often decide whether to adopt safety standards at all. An ingredient is safe because the food manufacturer says it's safe in this GRAS system that we've had for several decades. The Environmental Working Group estimates over 1,000 chemicals are in our food, in fact, that weren't even declared as safe to the FDA. Like you're not even told about it. If your bag of greens protein came with a warning label that said contains lead and cyanide, would you still drink it? Now, an aside here, many companies choose to put the California Prop 65 label preemptively on their product because over 40 California law firms buy products from all over the US, test them for over 900 contaminants, and they use the Prop 65 law to inform the company that they're over the threshold in one of those 900 contaminants via a lawsuit. I've learned this the hard way on a product where every single ingredient in my product was certified organic. So don't think that the Prop 65 labels mean that a product is high in lead. It's companies protecting themselves from the predatory practices of the state of California. The state gets their cut, the law firm gets theirs, and they've sued literally thousands of companies all over the US. But that doesn't mean that lead and others of these contaminants in our food aren't real problems. How the industry keeps you hooked. The fitness supplement world runs on insecurity and illusion. Things like more protein equals more strength, and pre-workout products equal energy to work out hard, and powder equals health. But it's just another version of the same fiction that your body's broken and food is broken, and so you need a product to fix it. That fiction that regular food isn't right, you just need the protein part. When you step back, the logic falls apart. You don't need lab-created powder to build muscle. You need real food and consistent training. I personally developed protein products many years ago, not because I think everyone should be obsessed with protein, but rather because everyone already was. And so I wanted to make a very clean, much less processed version. But let's talk about what real strength looks like. Real strength doesn't come from a tub or a bag. It comes from the kind of whole foods and daily movement your body recognizes as natural. Fueling ourselves with sprouted grains and legumes, dark leafy greens, seeds and nuts, whole fruits, mineral-rich water, quality sleep. These may not have a label of protein, but these don't just fuel your workout, they fuel your life. So what's the takeaway here? The fitness supplement industry has built a perfect illusion. It makes billions of dollars using shiny labels, pictures of sculpted bodies, and false science. But beneath it all is a toxic mix of contamination, manipulation, and clever marketing. The truth is simple. Your body is not built on powders where you aren't even sure what all the ingredients are. Some of the ingredients were made with chemicals that remain in the product but aren't on the ingredient list. Health is built from plants, good food, sunlight, movement, and rest. Trade the blender bottle for real food. You might be wondering why Green Smoothie Girl makes protein powders. And like I said earlier, frankly, I don't think anyone needs protein powder, and it's the one product we make that I don't use. But by the time I formulated our protein, it was considered a staple by most of America. So I figured if people are going to spend billions of dollars on it, I'd make one that's less processed, cleaner, and I'd add some superfoods in there for better nutrition. If you want to read more about fitness supplements and the whole supplement industry chapter by chapter, this blog post, this uh, this audio, it's adapted from the chapter 10 of Take Daily: How Supplements Hijack Your Health by me, Robyn Openshaw, and my co-author Mike Fairclough. where we expose the hidden risks behind fitness products that promise health but deliver a little more than you were asking for. And I'll see you next time.